What's up YouTube boys, Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Oh, I made a thing. I made that thing I was going on about. So I'll get a picture and show you. You see, it's not very big, you're not really going to see it. But, oh, hello. The idea is, I'm going to open the hole up in the end of this bar jobby thing for my number plate. Put a 12 by 1.75 thread down it, which that will screw into. So the idea is I've got to like jiggle this about. I've got to open that hole up. I'm just going to make another one basically, but this will be fixed onto the frame. This will go through that and screw into the end of that in there, and then my indicators should go in the end. I could check that actually. I'm pretty sure I got it right. 8 by 1. I'm sure it's going to work. It's going to work. Shoved it on the mill as well. Just so I could put a couple of spanner flats into it. You need a little bit more of a lead in, but you're going to screw on quite happily, look. Ideal. So I made it out of stainless just because, you know, I've got some stainless. So we shouldn't have any issues with rusting, but that is how I'm going to do it. It is quite neat. It is a tiny little thing. It did take quite a while to make, but at least I got to use my tailstock die holder that I made. So anyway, I've got another one of them to make. However, that is going to have to wait because it is 12:36. I need to chip off and get ready for me work, so I'll be back. Right, I'm back, and I made another one, look. So these, I'll just show you. Excuse the dog hair. These basically just, well, yeah, there you go. These just screw in the end, like that. That's going to clamp down on the frame tube jobby thing. And then the indicators, they're going to go down the end there. Come on. Like that. This is going to screw into there, so that'll wind all the way down, and then the bit between, so you're going to have the frame clamp coming up there, and then from there to there is going to be like an alley sort of shroud thing that I'll turn up. This is like 1mm smaller OD than this, so I could do it so it covers that collar, which I'll probably end up doing. It means a really thin wall thickness though. And then it'll come up, little radius, and it'll come up to join the indicator, just so it looks all nice and neat and tidy basically. I might have to open my holes up just for, you know, where they all come out of that hole, but we will see. So next job is going to be the frame thingies. I did do some, but the hole's not going to be big enough, so I need to make some more. I'm quite happy with that. That does not look too shabby at all. I will get you a picture and show you. But it's all just like loosely put together and stuff at the minute anyway. But I put this little brace in the back, so just coped a bit of tube with a hole saw in the mill and just sliced it off at an angle, just so I've got like a rib coming down the middle, just to give it that little bit more support. Just, you know, because if it's like a round tube with just a flat piece of steel stitch welded to it in 4 places, yeah, I mean, there's not going to be that much strength to it. And over time, with vibration and a few potholes that we got around Plymouth, you know, I don't want anything breaking. So I reckon we're pretty much there. I've got my marks on it. I could weld this up. What's the time? 11:45. Right, I'm welding it up. No, I set my belly on fire. Oh, she's going to be so pleased with me. We're doing these little tab things, just taking them down and getting them level with the grinder in the vise. Well, you know, not the grinder in the vise, this was in the vise and I was using the grinder. And although this is flame retardant, my workshop onesie, it's only flame retardant if you do the bugger up. And with all the stuff I've got in my pockets and my belly sitting behind it, it's all a bit snug, and that one keeps popping open and I burnt my belly. Finished grinding, it was like, what's that? What can I smell? Why is it getting warm? And there was flames coming up. Put that out quick. Anyway, the number plate bracket is, or the, you know, the mount is basically done. I've squirted some primer on it just because I don't want it flash rusting. There is a little bit of dressing up to do on the back. I'm not going to fuss about it too much because it's like stitch welded and you're not going to see it because it's right up underneath the back of the bike anyway. But I do want to dress it up and make it look nice just because I know it's there. So the only thing I've got left to do now is these little tabs. These just need to be welded onto the frame. So it's Friday tomorrow and I'm starting early in work, so I'm not going to be able to come in here tomorrow. But on Saturday we can bolt these in the end of that with my little fixing things that I made, offer it up to the bike. I can tack these in place and get it where I want it to sit, and then we just weld these in, dress them up, job's a good one. It's done. The only thing left to do then is the little decorative spacers between that and the number plate where it screws in the end, just because there's like this rubbery bit here which I don't like between the indicator and the bolt. Normally that would go in your handlebar, but I'm just going to do like a little decorative thing that, you know, just neatens it up and makes it tidy. So that's going to be Saturday's job. Then that is out of the way and I can crack on with the exhaust, which I really want to be doing like now. But he's going to have to wait until this is done. So anyway, I'll be back. I'm back. It's Saturday afternoon, to be fair. I've been machining a whole load of stuff up for Jack, but I've also done my thing. I got one of these done yesterday because it turns out I was on regular shift, so I had like an hour and a bit in here anyway. So I decided what I was doing. You would have seen that already, how it's made. But I've now got two of them, look. Where are you? So yeah, just two little, I mean, there's nothing to them really. It's a top hat with a radius in there. That's all it is. But the thing is, with these indicators, that bit is dead ugly, like proper ugly. So these is gonna go on like that. It is a snug fit, but I can adjust the bolt out, and it just makes them look that much neater, and you know, just sort of finishes it off really. So all I've got to do now, you're mucky, all I've got to do now is decide where I want it on the frame, which should be easy enough. I'll try and get it level and in the middle, that always helps. They look alright, I think, like that. Yeah, it turns a nasty looking thing into, you know, not such a nasty looking thing. It just hides all that rubber stuff up. Right, so where's my other doohickey? Where's he gone? Oh, what have I done with it? Don't say I've got to make another one. Oh, come on. Where's my Sharpie? There we go. Right, so on here, on either side, I've got the bend line. And that's where this curve started, and I know it's the same on either side. So with my thing, which is now covered in oily fingerprints and whatnot, up there is going to be too high, I think. I want it about there. So if I come down about 10 mil, 10 mil on either side. Where are you gone? There you are. That should put us pretty close. Like that. That's what I'm thinking. You're easily going to see it from the rear. I'm going to make up like a little number board and put my things in and my jobbies in the end and all that sort of stuff, but that's what I'm thinking. Right, let's drag the welder over. like it. That's sort of how I pictured it. It's a little bit, I'll tell you, it is a bit retro, I suppose. I suppose. But it's just sort of in keeping with the rest of the bike, isn't it? You know, and I do like these little number plate lights. They're going to be sweet as. It just means that all the wiring will be tucked out, and up the back here, there's just going to be a little short run. There's like a, what, 10mm gap between the tube and the seat, so you're going to see 10mm of cable. That's it, everything else is hidden. But I reckon that's all right. I reckon that's fine. I do want to see what it's like when I sit on it, and, you know, bounce up and down on it and all that sort of stuff once we've got suspension set properly. Because obviously at the minute I think it's a little bit stiff in the back, a little bit maybe for me. But again, we can always rotate this round. Or, you know, if it was me, I would be tempted to put a 5x7 number plate on the back of it instead of a 9x7. Because that would still just overhang that plate. And on the plate, that, I mean, that's going to give us about 7 inches of daylight between there and there if it was set at this angle. So I don't think we've got any worries. So, the good news is, that's done. I'm calling it sorted, you know, apart from the dressing up and whatnot. So I'm on the exhaust next week. We've got the cans and everything else. Got everything I need. So we're going to make up a slightly, you know, less loud, bit quieter, not quite so obnoxious exhaust, and see if we can't get it down to 99 decibels. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you well and stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters!